Start recording. Okay, it's recording. Okay, hi everyone. I want to give you advice. This is how to get better at Fortnite. One of my first ideas is if you're landing somewhere that's contested and you haven't tried all the places that you need to go to get a knowledge of the map, you need to get a knowledge of the map. So you need to find where there's blues in one POI, but then you need to go to a different POI and you need to find blues there too, blue chests. And the reason why you want to do that is because the more you know about the map, the more options you have. So that's my first piece of advice. My second piece of advice is don't get upset if you're losing. If you're losing, there's something you need to practice. If there's not something you need to practice, you need to drink. So my mom said, water, protein, sleep. Those are the things that make you good at this game. So if you're getting a lot of water and you're not getting enough protein, the protein's your bottleneck. You need to get the right amount of protein, the right amount of water, and the right amount of sleep. Then another piece of advice is sometimes people will be shooting you. The best thing you can do is crouch and start shooting back. Crouch reduces the damage that you get hit by. Another piece of advice. So search up Crosshair X on Steam, and then basically the Steam Crosshair X adds the crosshair to your screen, so you can be walking around and knowing exactly where you're aiming. It's better than other things that you can use. Okay, so my next advice is, what's another advice I have? Okay, so another piece of advice that I have is sometimes you're trying to be like someone else, but what you got to do is you have to be like you, because if you be like someone else and you fake being like them the whole time, then the people who would have liked the real you didn't find you out there. They just found the version of you that you don't even like. So I'm not saying don't be like happy and stuff in your videos. Be happy in your videos, but just do what you feel like you want to do with your, like, it's your life. Do what you want to do. You might be afraid to do something that you want to do. Don't be afraid of doing what you want to do. Just do what you want to do. Do what you have to do, but do what you want to do and be happy. That's a bad example. I'm trying to say the best things for you to help you. Another piece of advice is another piece of advice I want to tell you is do not buy a million skins. Put like $30 in every season. Don't put like hundreds of dollars in. If you have to put money in, put like $20 or $10 in every season. Okay, my second pair of advice. If you have a problem, some people have problems, they don't know what's happening, but it turns out that they have mental health issues. What you should do is, if you have mental health issues, get help, because without help, things will get so bad. So I just want to tell you, like, getting mental help is very awesome. It helps a lot. It'll make you happy again. What else? So a lot of parts of winning has to do with the PC parts and the softwares and everything you're doing that makes your game run fast. So I would say research PC parts, research Intel, research AMD, and research NVIDIA. Research Asus, research ASRock, research what else? Zotac, whatever. So just research all the PC stuff. Before you build the PC, you need to know that you have the right parts. Because if you just buy a PC and you don't know what the parts are, and you don't know that this other company has a better part than what you're buying, and you can get like the short end of the stick. Don't do that. Research first. Another thing I want to say is what else? Okay, so sometimes a PC is perfect. It's awesome. But the next gen comes out and the PC that you had is not as good. So I would suggest that what was I going to suggest? I'd suggest that kind of research all the types, because you might find that you have an Asus one right now, but you might want something else later, or you might have something else, but then you'll want Asus motherboard. Yeah. Oh, and so research GPUs too. You also want to learn about GPUs. There's NVIDIA types, and they go by like 2080, 2090, 2070, 3060, 3070, 3080, 3090, 4090, 4080, 4060. And then they're also like 50, 60, 50, 70, 50, 80, 50, 90. And AMD's code names for their graphics cards are like 600, 6600, 6700, 6800, 7600, 7700, 7800. And then the newest ones are 9900. Yeah, so I want to help you, so I'm just saying all my ideas that can possibly help someone. What else? So also, you're building a PC. Before you build the PC or buy the parts, write down what is it called? Pros and cons. You want to have a full understanding of, if you have limited money, you have to know exactly what's most important. So you need to do pros and cons for all the parts. Which ones combine with each other and work together? Sometimes maybe they combine together and they're really good together. So then you'll want that instead of something else. Okay, so I also want to say, with mouse, you might want a mouse, right? Well, you obviously want a mouse, but you might want a good mouse. So basically, a good mouse is one that can go up to 8,000 hertz. The hertz is like the speed of the polling. Polling is just like how instant fast it goes from me to you, like that. So what you want to do is you want to get a mouse that has 8,000 hertz polling. They can be either, well, there's some companies have them for like $20. Some companies have them for 50. Some companies have them for 300. Just find one that has 8K hertz polling, read the reviews, and yeah. There's a what is it called? There's like a bunch of companies that are starting to do that now. Another thing that I want to tell you is, if you're using a keyboard, how do I say this? If you're using a keyboard, you want one that fits you perfectly. So, I really like Zelio switches, so I want to promote Zelio switches because they worked for me. I bought Gatorons, but unfortunately, they didn't come with the pins. I must have bought it from the wrong group or something. But when I got Zelios, they're awesome. Their click is awesome. Yeah. Also, I can't really explain about like mics a lot because I've only had a few mics and I don't know what the other mics are. But I do know that my Blue Yeti mic has worked for a long time and it's really awesome. And I'd vouch for Logitech with their Hyperspeed 2, Lightspeed 2. I'd vouch for that because I have it and it's amazing. It's wireless. So basically, it has a dongle and the dongle connects to my mouse and the dongle's like right here. My mouse is here. And all you have to do is just, you can crank 90s without being worried that the cord will get stuck because it's not attached to the cord. It's attached to a dongle, which I'll show in probably some other video. And so that mouse is awesome. I have a keyboard, but you probably won't learn about it. It's an ergonomic keyboard, but it's not what I'm going to talk about. Okay, so more tips. Okay, more tips. So there's this thing called the bottleneck. If you buy the best CPU, you can play open world games really well. If you have the best GPU, you can have high FPS. If you have awesome RAM, your actions are faster. So what you want to do is, you don't want a bottleneck. You want to get everything that's perfect. So how you do that is, how do you do that? Okay, so how you do that is, sometimes people they want to splurge on new GPUs. But a lot of pros didn't have that much money and they bought old GPUs. And so, how do I say this? So as long as you, like, if you get a graphics card that can do 144 hertz or 240 hertz, that's really awesome. But if you have a GPU that can do 600 hertz, that's better. But you're already at 240 hertz, and that's pretty awesome already. But so so how can I say this? Um, okay, so if you are going to avoid the bottleneck, get like a somewhat good of all parts, and yeah, but don't. One of my things I want to say is, don't buy all bad parts and then, well, you can buy all bad parts, but one day buy good parts because like you don't want to like give up and only have used bad parts. What else? Sorry, I'm trying to give advice. Um, okay, so one of my advice that I want to give is get a get a get a motherboard that has a good rear mount, like all the ports in the back. A motherboard that has really good of all that is really useful because you have to plug into those with your keyboard, your mouse. You have to plug in your mic. You have to plug in your camera. That's four ports. You need four ports to in the back. There might be other things that you have to plug in too. So that's more of my advice. Get a good motherboard. Don't be afraid to get a good motherboard. Save money. Get a really strong motherboard because you could get it. You could get a motherboard that just sucks, and you'll think you suck, but you don't. It's the motherboard. So get a nice motherboard. Then what you do is, um, well, you're supposed to buy all the parts at once. If you can save up a whole bunch of money, then buy the motherboard that's really good. Buy the CPU. Get the CPU that has like the cooling feature. It's like water cooled, but it's just like this new type of water cooling where it's a closed loop. That would be nice. I have that and it works awesome. Um, Also get a good GPU. So you don't want to splurge on two and not get the third one. Just save up and get an awesome PC. That's what you should do. Also, you should get one of these. Get one of these. It's Dust Blaster. You spray on your keyboard. You have to spray on your keyboard. You have to spray on. I have multiple keyboards. I have a Fight Box, which is for Street Fighter like games, and all you have to do is just sprays air. So what you want to do is every once in a while spray the inside of your PC, which I haven't really done lately, but that's what you should do. Okay, and what else can I talk about? Uh, okay, so you might not like reading books, but if you take some of your time to stop playing video games and you read, the time that you go back to play video games, you'll be more happier after that break. It's kind of like it's kind of like it's just good for mental health. So if you have a book where you're going to learn something, that's even better because like because then you can also you can use the knowledge from what you read to help you in certain ways. So if you want to learn about like how to be the best at Fortnite, search up someone that might teach you understandings of how to do that, or if you want to make your health better, try to find something that talks about health or like an intake of something, whatever you might need. More advice. Uh, okay, so you make sure that you're getting enough protein, which is either beans, meat, or fish. I think, yeah. So beans, meat, or fish. You also need to get uh, enough water intake. So multiple glasses of water a day. If okay, so let me tell you this. So when I was drinking a little bit of water every day. It's way better. You don't know how much better it'll be if you start drinking and drinking and drinking water every single day, like multiple glasses, like 8 glasses a day. Everything changes. You just feel so much better. Yeah. So I want to say that too. And what else? I want to help. What other things can I tell you? go out for walks. If you go out on a path or a trail with your family or your siblings or like a friend, well, on the trail, not off trail, but like if you do that, that makes you happier for the rest of the day, and then you play video games. So like you could play video games, go for a walk, come back, play video games, and also you need to exercise, because if you don't exercise, your body gets really unhealthy, and if you're like 18, 20, 18, somewhere between 18 and 25, you want to be exercising every day so then you don't lose the strength that you had. Like you're not going to lose the strength that you had, but you want to keep up the exercise so then you don't get more fat and stuff like that. Because if you give up on exercising, everything won't be okay. So you got to balance the gaming with the exercising. I'm assuming what I'm telling you right now is for someone who's trying to become someone who wants to play Fortnite or like some kind of video game as a pro. Okay. Another information that might help is you can modulate your health with like what you're eating and how you're working out and stuff like that. So try to look into stuff like that. And I used to be afraid of using Wi-Fi mouses or what is it called? Poland. My mouse is not a connected one. It's like this. So don't be afraid to use those. Since I got that, it's been so much better. But yeah, and it has crazy amounts of battery. It just lasts so long. What else? I want to help. I want to help people. Okay. So last piece of advice, or maybe second last or something. Last piece of advice is be you, because if you be someone else, they'll hate you anyways. So you gotta be you. They'll like you for being you. If you be someone else, they'll like you, but then you'll be pretending to be someone else the whole time. But if you be you, the people will like you for you, and that'll work even better. So I'm not saying not to be happy and be smiling and stuff and laughing. I'm saying for you, don't give up on your goals if your goals are smart. And I forgot what I was gonna say. I'm sorry. I guess just don't be afraid to be you. What else? I try. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say for now. Bye.